Ready? Play.
I want to have a quick reflection on Qinwen Zheng's loss to Aryna Sabalenka. For me, it was last night, early hours of the morning. For you, I guess it was sometime this morning.
Mhm.
Where are we at, really? Because every time Qinwen was breaking in that second set, I still felt, Qinwen was breaking first, then Aryna was breaking back. Qinwen's breaking again, but it never felt like when there's a favorite and they keep getting the break advantage, you then just expect them to consolidate. Because of the head to head, every time Aryna was getting broken, it was like she's breaking back. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course it makes sense. I mean, the head-to-head is it's not pretty reading, really. I mean, and it ended up being in this particular match sort of more of the same. I mean, yeah, Zhang, she has an excellent return game, and yeah, she's gonna have opportunities to break like that. But yeah, I mean, for really, it's just this matchup has just been yeah, totally one-sided. And I think, in fairness, I mean, I think part of, well, the main reason for that is because this conditions where they've played has tended to much favor Sabalenka, sort of quicker hard courts, basically. Whereas I think, Zhang, she has the ability to do well in the quicker hard courts. I just think that her her forehand is a big weapon, and she needs, I think, to get the best out of that, I think she needs a little bit more time in that on that side. And um, so if they were to meet on clay, for example, maybe she might be able to get a win. But yeah, unfortunately, just with Sabalenka, she's just, you know, she hits with so much pace that I just don't think that, like, Zhang is quite able to get on top as much as she would like. And unfortunately for her, yeah, it ended up being another straight sets loss. I mean, there's been, all apart from one of the matches, the one in Wuhan, they've all been straight sets.
I mean, there was a chance that this could have gone three. As I say, she was getting all those breaks. And again, though, even if it goes three, like Wuhan, it's like it's just sort of keeping the wool from the door, it feels. And I don't I don't know if it for her, if for Zheng, if there's a thought that maybe she can turn the tide in a sort of Yannick Sinner style way, but it doesn't feel like it.
Mm.
And actually, Aryna was it was more interesting in a way, just sort of seeing Aryna getting a bit annoyed with herself that she's playing a top 10 player and she's probably going to win, but she was still very displeased with her level. But regarding Qinwen in general, I think there are some reasons for optimism given the last sort of two tournaments, right?
Yeah, I mean, two back-to-back quarterfinals at WTA 1000 level is obviously promising. On the other hand, I mean, yeah, I mean, it was good, obviously, coming after, sort of the poor start that she had to the year. But then on the other hand, um, she's a top 10 player now, and it's good that she's showing that sort of consistent sort of top 10 level. But she is someone that really wants to get to the next level and be sort of a consistent top five player, and hopefully, contend for slams at some point. Um, and the her record against, obviously, Sabalenka has not been good. I mean, yeah, maybe she could get more luck out of it in different surfaces, but Swiatek as well has also been a very one-sided matchup, and luckily for her, she got that one victory in that propelled her towards the getting the Olympic gold. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that was good, and she showed that she could do it. But yeah, and then I don't think she's beaten Coco Gauff either, although she did come kind of close at that WTA finals. Perhaps she should have maybe won a few points here and there, which maybe she could have done it in the end. But
Yeah.
yeah, so but that's, if you're her, I imagine she's going to be really disappointed about some of
Uh-huh.
these results. And I imagine, for her coach, it's going to be the next sort of big piece, that she's got to solve in her game. And yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think she has a good opportunity now moving into clay season. I don't think even though she's had a good success on clay, I don't think she's had like a great sort of clay swing. Um,
Agreed.
yeah, so maybe this is a chance for her to do. I mean, it's probably good for her that she's got, you know, some confidence back in terms of, back-to-back quarterfinals, because, but yeah, I suppose if we're going to put a positive spin on it, yeah, that she can sort of head into clay season and maybe with a bit more optimism.
She's playing Stuttgart again, like last year, and I think that's a tournament that she could sort of. I mean, it's pretty much always competitive. I know Rybakina's not going to be there to defend her title, but maybe the conditions there suit her. And I think you're right. I think that everything's there to suggest she should be winning more tournaments on clay. It just hasn't quite happened for one reason or another. But there's 5 or 10 players right now, or maybe a bit less, a few players anyway, that could stake a claim for saying, I'm the second best person on clay. And I think she's one of them. I mean, maybe you can't stake a claim on her CV,
Mm.
but it's there if you like. And by the way, I don't think in the next few years anyone's going to be able to stake a claim for first. So you're just going to have
Yeah.
to, play second fiddle and hope that you can win a Roland Garros without playing Iga, or Iga has an off day, or whatever, And those things can happen, and you might be able to pick up an occasional big title on clay. But obviously, Madrid and Stuttgart are a little bit sort of different in terms of clay court tournaments, and again, that they are the tournaments where I think Iga's more vulnerable. So, yeah, maybe Qinwen can strike there.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.